Ladies and gentlemen, electric warriors, glam rockers, welcome to this episode of Dare, Danger, Dan. And today we're gonna do a little dare by Chris Dieter, one of our most prolific darers. Wants to see Marc Bolan of the band T-Rex riding a T-Rex. And through the live chat, Kodankus wants to see a fully armored gorilla riding a fully armored elephant into battle. So I guess we're gonna have a gorilla versus Marc Bolan, T-Rex versus gorilla. Honestly, I feel like we're revisiting the King Kong versus Godzilla vibe, and I'm not mad about it, because I love my kaijus. And let me just say, Marc Bolan is a kaiju of rock and roll. He's definitely in my top 10 favorite rock and rollers of all time. I love me some glam rock, okay? And especially love me Marc Bolan. All right, so there you go, kids. I just drew Marc Bolan. I made him even more feminine than he already looks. So enjoy in all his effeminate glory, because he is a glam rocker, and that's just the MO, isn't it? And next I'm gonna put him on a T-Rex that might surprise you. All right? Tonight at 11. Damn, my ink's starting to get sticky. My brush is starting to get cucka. All right, kids, so you're saying, hey, Chris Dieter dared you to draw Marc Bolan riding a T-Rex, which is funny because Marc Bolan is known for his band called T-Rex. And you're probably thinking like, oh, he's just gonna be just riding any T-Rex, maybe the Jurassic Park T-Rex? No. He's riding a very special T-Rex, and if you don't recognize him from this drawing, that means you've never watched the show Dinosaurs from the 90s. It was a Jim Henson show, and actually if you have Disney Plus or whatever, it's on there now because Disney just buys everything and owns everything now. But if you ever want to watch it, it's actually a really cool show where they're all in animatronic puppet suits, and it's a very fully formed show. Each episode is a total treasure and a treat. I grew up with it. If you didn't, check it out. It's really cool. And this is actually, his name is Roy Hess, and he's just one of the friends of a work friend of the main character, who's Earl Sinclair. And this is something when I was sitting down recently, I was like, wait, Roy Hess, Earl Sinclair? Oh my gosh, I just had a epiphany that I'm like, oh, that show Dinosaurs actually, they went ahead and they were like, because Sinclair is like an oil and gasoline company that has a sort of Brontosaurus as their logo. And Hess is obviously another oil and gas company. So it's like, oh, they named all the dinosaurs after oil companies because oil's made out of dinosaurs, right? That's what they say, at least. So that's kind of cool, right? Kind of cool. Anyway, so the show Dinosaurs, spoiler alert, it ends when, at the last episode, all the dinosaurs die. But anyway, you already knew that because you watched the show, right? But anyway, most people remember it best for the baby dinosaur saying, not the mama, not the mama. So that's probably where if you've heard anything about it, that's probably all you know. But anyway, check it out. It's a really good show. And we got T-Rex riding Roy Hess, just a side character on that show. And now I'm about to weave in some live dare action from Kodankus, who wanted to see a fully armored silverback gorilla riding into battle in a fully armored elephant, which it looks like the vibe going on here looks like they're just posing for a picture, so they might just get totally blindsided by an attack from a gorilla and an elephant. So stick around and see how that pans out. I'm really curious, what would elephant armor look like? Oh boy. All right, I'm just gonna wing it. Don't judge me. All right, I don't always hit a home run every time. Here we go. It was, the dinosaur show is definitely somewhere in the realm of Uncanny Valley, which honestly, that's where I live. I eat, I breathe Uncanny Valley. So if it's doesn't seem like it should exist, but it does. If it doesn't seem like it should be alive, but it is. So I actually had, here's a little story from back in the day. like in middle school, right at the age where you start to feel like socially awkward about things, like just no matter what it is, you're just like feel uncomfortable. I was gifted a dinosaurs lunchbox, and I was actually pretty excited about it until I got to school with my lunch in it, and I was like, oh, actually nobody has lunchboxes with like cartoons or TV shows on them anymore, and I was like the only person, and I was like super embarrassed. And I was like trying to hide it in my backpack, but I like also really liked it too, so I was like, I wanted to ditch it, but I also didn't. It was like a really tough time for me. I eventually just rocked it. I was like, you know what, screw it. I don't care if people think I'm a total dweeb, because I already am. What are you gonna do? I don't know, I feel like I'm doing like not a good job at this elephant armor thing, but you know what, I'm doing it, and that's enough, isn't it? I feel like I'm focusing on it being like, if
That's like right where.
like I feel like if an elephant had armor, it would kind of almost reconstruct like a what is it, triceratops, like a sort of like, I feel like an elephant would require triceratops type armor, like a broad.
I think the back of the neck on a triceratops, like that thing, that's like.
Yeah.
Don't bite my neck. Device.
And then I got the elephant carrying a spear, I guess, with his trunk. All right, since we're getting a little nostalgic right now, as we do with most of our episodes, you guys ever have one of these? What do they call them at your school? A fortune teller? Some people call them fortune tellers. At my school, we called them cootie catchers. And I don't think this one has anything written in it, but you usually write like a secret message, you know, like ask her out, or, you know, ew, what's wrong with you, or something. You'd be like, oh, does Julie Baza have a crush on me? And then I don't know, I remember there's like a number. I don't remember exactly the rules, but I remember you just like do, and then there's a certain chant and a count, and then you're like, oh, that's the one, and then you pull it out, and then you're like, that's the answer to your fortune, or the catch to your cootie. All right, I'm switching to Sharpie. This is getting, my brush is all chunky. All right, you may not know this, but elephants are one of the few creatures other than humans that have 4 knees other than humans. Yep, we have 4 knees as well. Didn't you know that? All right. All right, further proof that if it could happen, it will happen here on Dare, Danger, Dan. So we got Marc Bolan, T-Rex, looking a little more feminine and glamorous than usual, riding a T-Rex, but not just any T-Rex. He's riding the Cruden version of Roy Hess from the Jim Henson show Dinosaurs from the 90s. And from a live dare, we have a terrible interpretation of an armored elephant being ridden by an armored gorilla riding into battle. And Marc Bolan is holding up the neck of a guitar and harnessing some electricity from the sky, some lightning, if you will, because he is the electric warrior. All right. Also, a little fact about Marc Bolan, he wrote a lot of songs about driving cars and how cool cars were, but he didn't even learn to drive until about like maybe a year or 2 before he finally died in a car accident. So if you don't know how to drive yet, really figure it out before you get on the road, because it could happen to you. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. I want to thank you, Chris Dieter, for your dare. I want to thank you, Kodankus, for your live dare. And I want to thank anyone who suffered through this lovely episode of Dare, Danger, Dan. And don't forget to send in your dares so we can keep this thing going, all right? Stay spiffy, stay glamorous, and most of all, stay a dinosaur. I know I have no choice because I'm old. I'll see you guys next time.